week 5, and if I'm being completely honest, this video is a bit late. We've had a lot going on. It's been very busy. I've had quite a few appointments, and we have slowly started transitioning back to work, so getting into a new routine, and it's been a bit crazy. Our coop arrived a week ago, so in my free time, I've been bringing the girls out there for short periods at a time. We have been doing it for about a week now, about 5 or 6 days. It started with like 30 minutes out there one day, supervised, up to an hour supervised, 2 hours, partly supervised. We've just been slowly working our way up. Yesterday, they spent the entire day out there. We were out in the yard working and around, so we kept an eye on them. Today is going to be the same thing. I'm getting ready to grab them, round them up, and grab their food and their water and take them outside. They're a bit loud because it's breakfast time, so they're waiting for me to fill their feeders. So we'll get moving on that. But today, I want to show you their coop, and we can talk a little more about the transition outdoors and how it's been going. So it's, as you can see, they've gotten a lot bigger in the last week and a half. So it takes me a while to round them up and catch them and get them outdoors. So we will pause the video and meet you outside. All right, welcome to our little forested coop. So we'll have the camera do a quick look around. You can see this part of our yard is very forested. It was the perfect place for the coop because the summers get really hot and humid here. So it was ideal to have the girls placed out of the direct sunlight so they stay nice and cool down here. We got the coop about a week ago. Again, we've been slowly transitioning the girls out here. As you can see, they're eating right now, so they just got all of their breakfast, so they get really excited in the morning, really loud, ready to eat. We'll start by doing a little bit a tour of the coop, and then we'll talk about the setup that we've got going on and also some of the reinforcements that we did for predators in our area. So it was a local Canadian company that made the coop for us called CanadianChickenCoop.ca. If you want to check them out, they have some really cool models. They deliver, install everything. So obviously we've got a me-sized door here. So I have easy access to actually get in the run, do what I need to do, grab the girls if I need. They've got their little ramp to gain access in and out of the coop. They're not super comfortable with it yet, so I've put them up there a few times to try to get them in and out of there. They only want to seem to use the ramp for roosting purposes, not to actually go in. Oh, you can see we've got a brave one. So I also I bought this little dowel from Home Depot, and as you can see, it's installed quite low. And it's just with zip ties, so it's not in its permanent home yet. I just wanted to give them an extra place to roost in the coop or in the run because they've got to roost in the coop, but obviously are not as interested as being inside. So we've got that set up. We've got their food out here, their water out here. Eventually I will get a chain and probably hang their water. Right now I've got it setting on bricks so they don't kick dirt in it. So yeah, temporary setups, trying to figure out what works and eventually moving to something more permanent. I'll show you around. So each side of the coop has a large nesting boxes on it. So once the girls are old enough to lay eggs, hopefully this is where they will be doing it. We'll put some hay in here to make it more comfortable and more cozy. We've got a really great tin roof because obviously we live in Canada and the weather is crazy. What we'll probably do with the run in the winter, I'm thinking, is put a tarp over the top portion of it because we'll still want ventilation, but we'll want to obviously keep the snow out of their run. Down below, we gave them a little extra space and bumped up their house, had the makers bump up their house and cage it in so they've got more room. Since there's 5 of them, I wanted them to have a lot of space and be happy and content because happy chickens lay better eggs and just less problems in general with boredom and pecking and that kind of thing. You'll also see our little cable, our little wire that we've got. We also paid a little bit extra to have a power source installed in the coop, because in the winter it gets so cold up here that we'll need some type of heat source for the girls. So we haven't planned any of that out yet, except for the power source. We're gonna cross that bridge when we get to it. And then on our back side, we've got, this is my access door to the actual coop. We've got a little wired out window here, so in the summer we'll keep this open to get better ventilation in the coop, and in the winter we've got plexiglass that will keep it closed to keep the warmth in. So there hasn't been a lot of use in here yet, but we've got a nice solid roost in here for them. We've got 2 double nesting boxes, large nesting boxes. And then we've got this cool little contraption that will open and close the girls in for, obviously let them out in the morning and close them up for the evening. All right, and then what we did to predator proof our coop was so underneath the little rocks, underneath the pebbles, we've got patio stones installed at the base level. Under the patio stones, we slid some more of this wire underneath. So the wire comes out about this far. The patio stones are on top of that. And then we added this rock a little as an extra barrier, but mostly just to get it looking nice. So we've got it kind of all the way around. So it's kind of nice too, because the girls' coop is a little bit lower than the rock, so when they kick stuff there won't be stuff everywhere. It will kind of keep it contained in one area. And what else? I think week 6 we'll talk more about hopefully they'll be out here permanently, how we finally did that, how we kept them safe at night, and go from there.